Before we start running for our digital lives, don't forget to hit that button and subscribe to Veteran Game for more deep dives, bold opinions, and under the radar gems, because you do not want to miss the next ride through gaming hell. Let's talk about Hell Clock. And no, that's not just a metaphor for your Monday mornings. This is the new roguelite action RPG from Rogue Snail, and it's taking a huge swing at the genre with a unique setting, ruthless mechanics, and an actual ticking clock that's always breathing down your neck. The setup is instantly intriguing. It's 1903 in Brazil, just years after the real-world Canudos massacre. You play as Pajeú, a clockmaker, gunslinger, and ex-slave, descending into the underworld to rescue the soul of his mentor, the counselor. Oh, and you're doing this while history, religion, and revenge all mix into a narrative cocktail you definitely haven't tasted before. And here's the kicker. Everything you do is under the shadow of the Hell Clock. Every run is timed. When the clock hits zero. That's no mercy that it sounds stressful, and it absolutely is, but it also keeps every second intense and meaningful. You can extend your time by defeating bosses, spending upgrades, or nabbing lucky drops. But there's always that pressure. Do I explore and hunt for loot, or rush for the exit before time literally runs out? It's a mechanic that makes you sweat, strategize, and play way riskier than you'd ever admit. Let's talk gameplay. At its core, Hellclock is a mix of ARPG hack and slash and deep roguelite progression. You'll rush through randomized rooms packed with enemies, traps, and treasure, picking up skills, relics, and buffs to survive the ever tougher floors. The combat is fast, chaotic, and lets you swap in wild abilities, from slowing time to summoning giant bells to smash demons flat. You start simple, but as you unlock new skills and gear, your build gets absolutely wild. And here's the real genius, the build crafting. Between runs, you'll dump soul stones into a sprawling skill tree, unlocking new moves, stat boosts, and shortcuts through hell. You can respec whenever you want, so experimentation is not just allowed, it's rewarded. Found a broken combo of summons and spell buffs? Go for it. Want to ditch melee for all-out ranged chaos? Why not? The sheer flexibility means every run feels different, and there's always some new synergy to discover. Progression feels meaningful. There's always something new to unlock, and you genuinely get stronger, faster, and more creative with each attempt. That's rare for a roguelike, and Hell Clock nails the one more run vibe even as the clock is making you panic. Now let's talk about style. The art is like a living comic book drenched in darkness. Think Darkest Dungeon, but with a gritty Brazilian twist. Pajeú's look evolves as you gear up, and the enemy designs are satisfyingly grotesque. The visuals are paired with an ominous, pounding soundtrack that keeps you pumped up, but always a little on edge. And for the immersion junkies, the voice acting is top-notch in both English and Portuguese, which gives it a rare authenticity you almost never see in games set outside the usual Western fantasy. Narrative is another strong point. The story weaves in real historical figures and events, like the War of Canudos, giving the game a weight you don't expect from a genre built on loot and chaos. Sure, you can ignore the lore and just blast demons, but if you slow down for a second, there's some seriously cool history and character work here. Of course, no game's perfect. The UI could be a little more intuitive, especially when you're drowning in relics, and the Hell Clock timer, as cool as it is, might drive slower or more methodical players up the wall. Some bosses are a breeze after upgrades, and the item economy sometimes gets a little bloated with duplicates. But honestly, these gripes fade away when you're tearing through hell, crafting ridiculous builds, and watching the timer tick down with your heart in your throat. And for you masochists out there, Hell Clock has hardcore mode, lose all your HP, and your save file gets deleted. Yeah, you read that right. Plus, Ascension mode lets you reset your progress for tougher, more punishing runs. The replayability is huge, the difficulty options are legit, and you'll keep coming back to try just one more run until, hell freezes over. So, is Hell Clock worth your precious seconds? Absolutely. It's bold, it's unique, and it manages to be both a love letter to ARPG fans and a fresh take for anyone tired of the same old roguelike grind. If you love deep build crafting, crave intense challenges, and want a setting that actually dares to be different, set your alarms for this one. Have you tried Hell Clock yet? What's your wildest build or your most devastating defeat? Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We love hearing your takes. And remember, on Veteran Game, we're always racing the clock to bring you the most original games and the hottest takes in the business. Catch you next time, if you can beat the clock.